Alright, hello Exile, welcome to my today video about PoE 2, and in today's video I'm gonna bring to you guys the funny thing I have been finding in the last 2 days, and also is of course about the Blood Mage 2. But I think it's gonna be fun to try. Is actually not thing like follow the meta or is something like impossible, something like infinite damage, something like the best build in the world. It's just a funny thing to try. It's also fun for you guys too. So if you guys want to try it, then let's get into it. First of all, this one is a flicker strike build, but it's not like normal flicker strike because we changes everything in here. It's look like flicker strike, but it's different. So let's go one by one so you guys can see what's happening here. And first of all, I need to explain the reason why I'm choosing this, and also the reason why I pick it the gear look like this, which is not gonna be a infinite damage for the flicker strike, or is not be a clearing speed for flicker strike, but it still kill all the monsters pretty easy, and even the bosses too. Yeah, the reason I picked Blood Mage here because Blood Mage has itself a tons of increased critical from life and related to the trees from the Blood Mage. We also have some extra damage from the spell, and from all that resources we gonna changes increase and reduction to spell damage also apply to attack by using this Crown of Ice helmet. What it's gonna give you is gonna gives you only one option we can use is like spell damage applied to attack. Rest of the modifier you don't need to care about that. Just need to get this one with 2 sockets so we can have extra socket for something else we filled out, for example like resistance, something like that. Back to the build. The weapon is you just need to have itself the +7 melee skill or +7 all skill, but it's like +7 melee. I believe it's gonna be more cheaper, and also you need to have itself a little bit critical damage bonus and like 300 or 350 of the flat elite damage. I mean, this cases elite damage is not physical damage because we're gonna deal triple type of the damage as a extra chaos. So we try to have itself a triple elite at least. If you don't have it, just a double elite is also okay. Like flat lightning and flat cold is ideally to have, because we also using Hair of Thunder, so lightning damage also better than fire damage. And the next one in here is about the amulet. The amulet you need to have yourself at least +3 and crit chance, crit bonus, and all of them had to be tier 1 at least. In my cases here, I got crit damage bonus tier 1, crit chance tier 1, and of course +3 also. But if you have less currency, then you try to start with the +3 only. Yeah, and then later on you can combine with crit chance and crit bonus. The next one here is about the ring. This ring, why? Because this ring have a effect of itself, like enemies chilled by your hit can be shattered at frozen, meaning every of your hit it almost scatter enemy is also explode enemies by Hair of Ice, and also Hair of Ice will explode everything. We're gonna talk about Hair of Ice later when we jump into a skill jam setup. This one is a good combo, and also especially for this case, the other ring is also important to got a double liches modifier. If you don't have, then you try to have liches modifier on your weapon or somewhere else, and just got a lich. Okay, just got lich life and lich mana, so you gonna got yourself a little bit a survivability with the gloves, which is have this self lich from critical hits is instant, and it's also increase a lot of crit chance. So then with this gloves, we almost every hit can be crit, and when it's crit you got yourself a tons of mana lich, life lich, because we flicker strike, so flicker gonna go everywhere on the screen until it get no charges. So then that actually a good combination from this one and Liching Ring and Flicker Strike. And the next one, of course, the integrity belt. Like, I still think that this one is gonna be pretty good. If you don't have enough money for the Headhunter, this one is the best one in slot. But if you have a headhunter, then it's gonna be more better in damage and in feeling in mapping. The next one, last but not least, try to have yourself a boost which is actually need to have at least 3 modifier of resistance and also maximum life, because we have less resources to increase maximum life on this one because we're changing the gear. So we only have 1 resources from the boost to get more life, and also the armor chest, which is we're gonna go here. The armor chest here is gonna give you 30 maximum life per socket fill, and this one we have 5 sockets, so it's like 5 multiplied by 30, so around 150 maximum life increase. And also itself has 5 socket, which is if you have enough resistance, you can replace all of them by the maximum life or percent life. It depends on you. Okay, life flask and mana flask just normal, just get some increased amount of recover. The rest modifier is don't care because we kill a lot of monster. And this one is actually need this charm. The important charm for this is the stone charm, which is gonna give you cannot be stunned. That actually important while you flicker, because when you're flickering you got stunned, the flicker stop. So that's gonna be pretty dangerous, because as a flicker strike, when you stop flicker and you fall down, that actually dangerous. And in this league, of course, if you surround by a tons of abyss monster and also corrupted monster, you're gonna die pretty quick. And yep, this one actually good in slot. The rest of the charm, it depends on you. If you aware about a poison from the abyss monster, or if you scared about freezing from open the strong boxes, then have the combination of charm just like I have here. And now next one, we go to the gem setup. In the gem setup here, I have the light remnant, which is got it supported by harmonic remnant and remnant potency. That's a really basic from a any blood mage in the world we have. So the harmonic remnant is gonna give you check for supported skill to create additional remnant, and the remnant potency is gonna give you generate by supported skill occurs 3 seconds after being collected. And the next one, the flicker strike. In the flicker strike, I believe it is rapid attack is needed, and ancestral core to give it yeah, have the ancestral boost. So it's a powerful ancestral boost every few seconds, so you strike 2 times 3 times, it depends on you. And also I have put myself the ice bite in here because I think it's gonna be good as we doing a ice damage, cold damage. And also we got some extra cold damage. Also we can freeze the monster and we kill them by this. So we got extra cold damage as always. Like it's always uptime like for 5 seconds. And after that 5 seconds, of course, I believe that you have another monster to kill. So you always get ice bite on time. So it's like free 25% of extra cold damage. Okay. And the concentrate area is gonna give you more rare damage, pretty basic. And the pinpoint critical gonna give you enough crit chance to against the monster, but a little bit downside of this is less critical damage bonus. But that not actually a big deal in here, is because the upside is pretty good and it really needed for this skill to be crit. So as we have all the gear we cover about crit and also leeching, we need to have crit cap at least. I mean, like crit cap is 100%, but we cannot make it in PoE 2. So try to get it like 50, 60, 70, depends on you and your gear and your money. Yep. And the next one in this setup is actually pretty good. I have found it here in this league. It's called Reaper Invocation. And the Reaper Invocation is gonna give you gain energy when you kill an enemy with a melee attack, meaning we flicker, we doing a melee attack. So it's gonna give you gain energies. And when you release the Reaper Invocation, which is socket with Profanity Tool, is gonna give you power charges. So it's like a free power charges. So whenever you're killing the monster, and then you got charges energy for the Reaper Invocation, and you just release the Reaper Invocation, is gonna shoot all the Profanity Tool to the ground, and actually it's gonna go up to the limits like 5 return Profanity Tool, and also that is gonna bring you maybe 7 charges on time. If you have 5 pack of monster, or maybe 4 packets, also give you 7 charges, because like overabundance is gonna give this one has +1 limit. So it's like it's 10 times if you have enough monsters, so you can always got your PoE charges Uptime. After you kill the first pack of the monster, then the rest of the pack is just like PoE charges and flicker strike, and PoE charges and flicker strike. That is how it works. And the Herald of Thunder, I believe is not a big deal here, because I supported Herald of Thunder to having a more elemental attack damage. But in this slot, I make Herald of Thunder can freeze, so it had more freeze build up, and also itself has Frost Nessa, so it's gonna freeze enemy more second then, and also Lightning Mastery to just give it a +1 level instead of lower the lightning damage, because if we're using lightning attunement, it's also +1 level, but it's gonna remove a little bit downside of that. It's gonna remove the lightning damage, or remove others damage than lightning damage, so just lightning mastery is enough here. And also Embiter, I think Embiter is gonna give this one actually very good in damage, like it's actually extra cold, everything to extra cold. So whenever you get extra, and as my tree there I got a lot of extra, is gain extra cold for Herald of Thunders, meaning Herald of Thunder always can freeze or almost freeze the monster. So Herald of Thunder can freeze the monster, and what next, you already know that we kill the monster which is being freeze, and then Herald of Ice gonna do the rest of the job. Actually here, Herald of Ice gonna kill all the enemies is freezing. So then, before we jump into Herald of Ice, we got Hand of Cholula, which is also good in bossing and also have you gain another charges. Also, sometimes it gives you PoE charges too, because it's have itself the Sniper Mark, which is very good in bossing, and also it has Culmination, is gonna combination with a Falling Thunder to killing bosses. And the other times, I believe this one actually good in slot, because it's really this leak, and also it gives you 10% chance to gain PoE charges when you're ending the combo, meaning you get another resources to gain PoE charges. So don't worry you don't have PoE charges, because you can always gain PoE charges, generate PoE charges, or farm the resources too. Just kill the monster with this effect on, or with the monster being freeze by setting Palm. And Blight is just additional point where you're touching the monster, you get the Blight, so you can escape pretty safe. And the next one, Herald of Thunder, I believe the Herald of Ice. Herald of Ice, I believe it's gonna be pretty different than all the setup from the Herald of Ice in the world right now, or being nerfed. Because now I make the Herald of Ice has fully transformed from hitting the monster only into a break the armor. And whenever it's break the armor, we got a combination from the gloves. We have break 12% increase armor, and also itself has 70% more armor break, and also overage to get more area effect. And the next one is Armor Explosion, which is, I believe this one gonna be copium in this league for the supported gem in Herald of Ice, or any kind of hero, which is you're gonna convert it into Armor Explosion. Then Armor Explosion gonna gives you trigger the fiery explosion when they fully break an enemy's armor, and then it's gonna do tons of damage, because we have a lot of armor break from the gloves and the support champ before. And also in the last slot, I do have the Unetones and Praise, and this one is break armor equal to 20% of chaos damage dealt by supported skill, and this supported skill gain 20% of physical damage as extra chaos damage. As you already know, all the monster has 0 chaos damage, just 2 pinnacle bosses has chaos rest. The rest of the monster doesn't have chaos rest, meaning our chaos damage gonna go directly to dumb HP bar. So that actually a good in slot. And with the Herald of Ice, I can kill pretty much every monster I see on the way, even the bosses. And the next one, combination from the Falling Thunder, which is we're gonna use this one and Hand of Cholula on bossing. But before we using Falling Thunder, we need to stack the combo, which is release is from a guy who posts the link about Hollow Palm one shot everything and that guy is like, I cannot spell his name, but I will say it's like FGKORBIN21. I will link his video in the description so you guys will know his combo to one shot everything, Ubers, anything. So basically you need to use a Tempest Flurry to stacking the combo. So when you're using Tempest Flurry, the Hand of Chalula is gonna increase the number into 1 when you're hitting the monster, and also the Falling Thunder itself also increase the numbers of the combo. So whenever you got enough, like 30, 35 or 30 combo, ideally you got 30 combo numbers in here, and you just Hand of Chalula on the bosses, and then you Falling Thunder, it will 100% kill the bosses by 1 hit, no matter what it is. If you got enough combo, then it's gonna kill pretty quick. And the support gem in the Falling Thunder, of course we need to have Culmination too, because we also had Culmination here. What is the Culmination? Culmination is gonna support the skill again combo when you successfully strike the enemies with other melee attack, meaning you strike enemies with other attack, support skill release a combo on you. So when you stack in a combo, and after you're reaching enough numbers of the combo and you just release that, it's gonna deal tons of damage. Like it's just 3% damage per combo. So if you can get 30, 40, 50, even 100 combo and you release the Falling Thunder, I believe that any boss is gonna die in 1 second. Okay, and the next of the support gem is gonna be Exercise, Inevitable Crit, and Eyebrows here overextend. All of the support gem in here is just about to boosting the damage to the highest as possible. So then, as you can see, there is almost 100,000. That actually a good number to multiply by crit bonus and also increase by the combo. So it's gonna be a huge number to do calculate, but you do calculate yourself. I'm not gonna do it here because I do calculate by experience in the mapping. So actually it's kind of better thing, but it is a good thing. So because I try it, then I know how good it is, how enough it is. So I make it for you guys, so you guys don't have to try it, you guys don't have to do calculate, just watch the video and experience it yourself if you're interesting. Yep. And the last one, the Shuddering part, which is we're gonna use this one to Shattering the monster, and also this one also gives you chance to explode the enemies too. So then when you not have a Flicker Strike on, you can use Shattering Palm on the monster to make sure every monster you shattering, you kill them, they will explode. And when they explode, they give you Hair of Ice work. So all the monster after the back all gonna die. And the supported gem for the Shattering Palm is also all related to damage. Also the additional point in here is the Ancestral Corn in every slot if you can, because it gonna gives you like hit the monster 1 more time, 2 more times ideally. And also in Shattering Palm I use it Rage Fortress because it's gonna consume the rage if possibly should deal a 34% more damage. And yeah, where's you can gain rage? That actually a question here, because you can rage here in the Tempest Flurry. So Tempest Flurry, and then you use this one, and then you Hand of Chalula, and then you Falling Thunder. Then the boss is gonna die pretty quick. Yep. And that is the setup gem for this build. Now getting to the next step, the next part of the build. The next part of the build is about the passive tree. In this build, I try to make the tree all cover all the crit bonus. Note, even it was critical for spell damage bonus, it also increased to the attack. So we got everything increased here. And the trees here, I'm decide to using this unique jeweler, which is called it a control metamorphosis. What it's gonna do here is gonna gives you allocate with the node table you want without connect to the trees. And because of this one, I'm using this one to connect to here, which is gonna give you less meta cost efficiency Also allocate double crit note, some attack speed, and chaos damage. And I believe this one is actually the best one in slot for this, and for the circle is covered, so it's actually a good one to have. And for the other area, I'm using this one from nothing to give you cover the radius of chaos inoculation. And why we're using here, because if we cover all of this by the jeweler, it's gonna give you it's gonna give you the allocate node without connector tree too, but around the circle covering by the chaos inoculation. And I'm choosing extra chaos damage in every node I can, but in here we're choosing these two to got enough freeze build up. As you can see here, my flicker strike has a tons of chance to freeze build up. It's even 145% chance to freeze the monster, so ideally any monster I hit, they freeze. Okay, and why we're using this one here, because this one gives you maximum life, which is increase your damage, also percent of damage acts extra chaos damage. So then every node covered by the combination area in these two is gonna give extra additional modifier like extra chaos damage and maximum life if it has it. So the small passive here is gonna give you 8% 8 maximum life, and the big notable is gonna give you 3% extra chaos damage in each of notable can be allocated. So I believe these two is a good combo in the passive trees of the Blood Mage or whatever you're playing. You got a good combination here. And also go downside the trees here, we got two crit note cover. And beside the crit note cover, we have this Joel, which is, I believe, is gonna be pretty awesome to give you a crit spell down bonus, taken damage, recoup as life, and some extra chaos too. Increase cooldown recovery rate, it's just additional point, but it's also good for this build. So I believe it's with the combination of the trees look like this, cover all the power charges to give you 7 power charges maximum, and then all is about crit. So you will ideally every of your hit gonna crit, and when you crit, it's gonna crit bonus. And you got a tons of crit bonus in here. As my cases here, I got 300 of the crit bonus, which is actually a good numbers for a single target skill. So then we can crit, ideally we can crit all the monster on the way. So the play style is gonna be look pretty much awesome, look pretty much fun. It's not look like you one shot everything in one hit like a lightning arrow bow or like spark, but this one itself has a way to making fun for this for itself, like flicker around and you cannot see anything, you just see yourself jumping around the screen. Again, if I saying it wrong or if I'm missing anything, please note down, comment, let me know about that. I'll fix in the next video. Thanks for watching and see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.